What's up, guys? This is Krazy, aka KennyMax007 from the Red Moon Saloon, and I'm here on a DayZ mercenary server, and I'm with Deadhead, formerly known as Andreas, and Colin. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
So, recently, Rocket and the DayZ development team had a series of interviews at PAX last week. So I wanted to briefly go over everything. I'm going to be paraquoting him because he has a bad way of wording things. I think he's trying to be like real public relation-y about it, like tell people what they want to hear, but at the same time answer a question. And I don't think he's very good at it, so I'm going to paraquote his stuff from what I got out of it. So anyways, for the roadmap, that he said. So basically, this is like the overall summary of what they're trying to do right now. I paraphrase him. Alpha isn't out yet, like we thought it would be. Vehicles are not done because we are going to code our own vehicles, and we're going to have them be completely customizable. For base building, we want to have an underground instances so that above ground does not get too cluttered. Once the alpha is out, we will add this stuff over the next 12 months. So, basically what he's saying is, when they release the alpha, it's going to be like bare bones, DayZ, Standalone, and they're going to be releasing content over the next 12 months the same way that Minecraft did. So it's probably going to be really cheap when the alpha first comes out, and then every content release, they're going to up the price like Minecraft did, which is a really smart idea. I like the way Minecraft did that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with how Minecraft came to be, besides what I've read. But yeah, I guess it's a good way to market your game, right?
Yeah, the way that Minecraft did it is they released a real basic alpha for like $4.
But wait, so they're releasing an alpha?
Yeah.
But aren't alphas only for like developers or like a very small selection of testers?
Right, but they're following the Minecraft model, as in, it's the new way for indie developers to do things. So
I love the alpha thing personally. I think it's a good idea.
that's what they're doing with Arma 3 as well. So
Yeah.
instead of hiring testers or having testers do shit for free, they sell the alpha for cheap. And then as they release content patches and they fix the alpha and they look at all the feedback and, you know, do regular alpha stuff, as the game comes further along, they keep charging more and more for the alpha until they get to beta, then they go through beta, and then when the game is finally at its release state, even though everybody already has it, at its final release date, it's going to be the full price.
Which is actually a good way of doing it because they don't really have to do as much if they release it regularly. Because as soon as the game releases without an alpha, there's going to be bugs and all that. So they have to fix it while the game is running, and then everybody's like, "Oh, this game sucks." But if it's an alpha, everyone's like, "Oh, it's just alpha. They'll fix it eventually."
Yeah, it's a good marketing plan. I think it works out good. It's a way of, yeah. If you buy the alpha, then that's all you have to buy.
Like Armor right
Okay.
now. I already have the game. It was $30. It's probably gonna go to 60 as time progresses.
Yeah, and like Minecraft, I bought Minecraft at the end of alpha. I think it was like $7 or $9, and I have it forever. And I think it's like $20 now or something.
Yeah, I bought it for 20.
And people who got in right when it was first in alpha, they got it for like $4. But
Only.
okay, I'm gonna get into the questions as I'm looting this barn and trying not to die. Ooh, an X. There's a rabbit inside the barn. Hey, rabbit.
Hey, get back in it. The rabbit
Sorry,
can wait.
just trying to take this hatchet. Don't hit me, zombie. Jesus. Okay, the first question, and remember I'm paraphrasing here, the question's word for word. The question was, you've mentioned the button system to bring up your gun. What else are you implementing to try and reduce kill in sight mentality that you find in the mod? And the response was, I think everybody who enjoys DayZ can see that nobody wants to be a kill and sight thing. So it's an important thing for us. Hopefully the advanced medical system and clan system will make players work together more. So basically what he's saying, and his actual response is real long and drawn out. But what he's saying is that hopefully they're adding enough stuff into the game to where you're not going to think about just killing other people. You're going to want to, you know, are you a doctor? What's your skills? Can you do this? Can you do that? What clan are you in? Like, stuff like that. But he doesn't really want to touch that part of the game. Like, if you want to kill people to survive, to take stuff from them, then you should be allowed to.
Yeah, that's what I think personally. I don't want it to be like a. It seems like if you did that, that would be more like a role playing kind of thing. Like, oh, I'm a doctor, so I can fix you and stuff. And I just,
there's a lot of people that really hate being killed in this game. They really don't like how people just kill you sometimes for no reason.
And yet they continue to play.
Yeah, and they continue to play. Exactly. It's kind of like you don't want to fall for the trap that Blizzard fell for during, I think, Wrath of the Lich King, where they just started giving players everything that they wanted. Every time somebody whined, they fixed it to where the community was whining, and it got to the point where the game started getting boring because there's no challenge to it anymore. So I think there's a fine line between listening to the players and knowing what actually makes a game fun, and that is the fact that things are challenging, that players might kill you.
Like, what do you do once you're fully geared? You got your full backpack, you got ghillie suit, you got the best gun, you got a bunch of ammo, you got a bunch of food. I mean, what do? You just don't have any. The fun of it is like traveling and getting all your gear and getting excited, and then sometimes you die in the middle of it. You're like, oh, I'll just start over again. That's like the whole aspect of it.
Yeah, and I think with the base building and like the skills and stuff, I mean, I think you're gonna have a lot more to do when you're geared up than you currently when you're geared up. Well, for me, when I'm geared up, if I ever get to that point, it's usually helping one of you guys out get your gear. And I don't think we've ever all just got completely geared up.
Once we did.
Yeah, once, but we weren't quite good on medical supplies yet. But then at that point, it becomes a game of trying to find a helicopter.
And then it despawns.
Yeah. Like in episode 8 of DayZ today. So close. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next question here once I lose some of these zombies. Oh no, and my laptop's about to die from battery, so I'm gonna have to take a break and plug that in, so I'll be right back. Okay, for the next question, the question was, in regards to base building, how would a solo player secure a base? Are you planning on implementing locks for doors or being able to barricade houses, etc.? And Rocket's response, paraphrasing again, is, we don't want to force any particular gameplay. What I think is unique about DayZ is sometimes it gives the players challenges that we have made, but we don't know the answer to. We haven't programmed any of it yet, but we have some ideas from looking at the ARMA code. Short answer is we're going to make players figure it out how to do that with the tools that we provide. And keep in mind that was a paraphrase. That's what I got out of his lengthy responses, that they haven't programmed any of it yet, but from what they've seen from a lot of the armor code that they are ripping apart was that it is doable and they're going to have the base building thing. What do you think about that, Deadhead?
Sorry, just a second. I literally in the middle of a firefight right now.
Oh my god. Well, I think it's gonna be good. I always like base building. And
So yeah, so sorry, you're saying that they're going to allow people to like build bases, so like areas where they could like fortify and or what?
well, he doesn't like. He did say. I think it might be another question or something else that I was reading a response from. He doesn't like how things get cluttered with like wire traps on stairs and tank traps and all that bullshit. And so he's really pressing the whole underground instance thing where you have a base, a hole that goes underground or something, and you're gonna have to click on it, and it's gonna load you into this underground base that you can take stuff to and build stuff. I think that's what he's really pressing for.
That could be quite interesting. So you have like a little hole or a little gutter or something you find somewhere on the map, and then you can enter it.
Yeah.
I am back.
And would they be? Did you mention if they're like small instances, or was it like a huge underground, like web or huge underground world?
That would be cool. I would like it if they did it that way. Like, it was two maps, right? You have an underground map and an above map, so you could potentially dig into somebody else's base. That'd be really cool, wouldn't it?
That'd be hard to like program that.
Not really. No, I don't think that'd be too difficult. I think that might actually be a bit easier than just making custom instances every time somebody tries to make a base, in my opinion.
Kind of like the same thing? Like, wouldn't it be two different instances?
Yeah, I mean, you can program it to just automatically make an instance and save it every time somebody makes a new base, or you can put them on the map pre-programmed to where you can go under there, and then you can start building stuff, and it saves it that way.
Well, if it's still possible to find these bases, then I think it would be a good idea. Because if you just have like a safe house somewhere, then
yeah,
that no one else can access, just makes it. Because what's gonna happen when you start building these clans and these groups, and you can like group up with all your buddies, you're gonna end up having people who play all the time, 50 people, and just like own the servers because they have everything everywhere, you know.
Yeah, as long as these bases are raidable, then I have no beef with them.
People will find ways to break the system.
Yeah, people always do, but hopefully they'll be. I mean, I don't know Rocket, but it seems like he's a sincere person. He comes from indie, he comes from the modding community, so I think he's really a trustworthy person. But who knows? Money changes everything. Money changes people. So we'll see.
Where are you, by the way, in the map, in the world?
I'm not sure. I think I'm coming up on Belota soon. I think.
Alright. Well, I'm in Cherno, so I'll just wait for you here.
Okay.
I'm not
Or unless you
voices.
want to meet me at Belota. At Belota.
Do you have a map?
Not yet. Alright, I'm gonna get in the next question. So the next question is, are you guys worried that the things you are improving in the traditional sense might rule out some of the crazy stuff that you saw in the mod? And I'm going to paraphrase once again. His response is, we really like to experiment. That is why we want to get the alpha out so we can start getting feedback on the stuff that we're doing. And I think that's a really good answer. I think, yeah, it's perfect. I like that they're just coming up with the ideas and they're just going to throw them out there and we'll tell them what we think about it in alpha.
Yeah, and see how it all turns out and how it works.
So that's a really easy question. I'm just going to go to the next one quickly.
That's what alphas are for.
Yeah, exactly. His response is a little more drawn out than that, but I mean that's basically what he said is, well, that's what the alpha's for. And the next question, are you going to have a trading system? And I'm going to paraphrase on his answer. He says, we have decided to have a trading window, but we haven't started working on it yet. So they've decided that when you're going to have an option to click on somebody and trade with them, there's going to be a little trading window where you can trade stuff without having to drop it on the ground and go through each other's backpacks. And I think that's really cool.
That sounds.
But
like
they haven't started working on it.
No, they have not.
And they have one programmer.
Yeah, from what I've gotten out of his responses, that no, they haven't started working on it yet.
Are you sure they only have one programmer? Because it sounds like this is never going to come out, man.
Every time he refers to programming, he says our programmer. So I'm pretty sure they only have one programmer. But he has said before something, I think one of the later questions talking about controls, he said something about stealing some of Arma 3's programmers and making them do controls for him.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, I mean, he has help from Bohemia, but I think for the official DayZ team, I'm pretty sure they just have one programmer doing this stuff.
Well, maybe when he says like our programmer, he means like for that specific like what's the word?
That specific part
yeah,
of the game.
topic. Yeah, like the map or vehicles, like that programmer
don't
for
know.
that certain thing.
Can somebody comment if they know exactly who is all on the DayZ dev team? Because as far as I know, I think there's only 3 or 4 people, as far as I know.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think it's just one. That would take a very long time.
No, there's definitely not one, but I do believe they only have 3 or 4 people. And that's part of what's taking so long. But I mean, they're working around the clock, apparently. But
Oh yeah, I bet.
it is their lifelong dreams.
The trading thing kind of sounds like, I think you can also do that in WarZ. There's like safe areas. You go there and I think you can access like a shop or something.
Well,
It's
no,
kinda-
it's not like that. No.
But you're talking about like a World
God,
of
no,
Warcraft
I
kind
hope-
of trading menu.
Yeah. God, I hope they don't have some stupid
They've-
shop thing
People
or
camp
something.
the shit out of those. It's not even funny.
No, I think specifically what they're talking about is probably gonna be something like when you're looking at a player, you get a mouse wheel, and then there's gonna be like a little trade option. You click trade, and then there's probably gonna be something where you can put items into the trade. They can put items to trade, and then you both have to like hit like an OK button. It's probably what it's gonna be like.
Probably better because people, shit always disappears from me. Like when I'm trying to get
Yeah.
some people's stuff, I'm like, oh shit, I just deleted that.
Yeah, you don't want to drop shit on the ground because it might disappear, and you don't want people getting in your backpack because they might take more than what you told them to take.
Exactly.
That's really annoying. Okay, on to the next question. How do you plan on addressing server hopping, ghosting, etc.? And if anybody out there doesn't know what ghosting is that's where you see somebody, they see you, they pin down or something. So you log out, get on a different server, go to their position, and log in back on the server so you're behind them. That's what ghosting is. And most of the times that will get you banned. But anyways, his response, paraphrasing, we haven't looked into it yet. We already have an issue where your character stands for 10 to 20 seconds in-game as you're loading. So we would probably just add an animation like he's waking up. And
I think that's a
Go
bit
ahead.
stupid.
Yeah, me too. I mean, they can't really stop ghosting.
It's not like you're fixing anything by adding an animation, right?
No, but I think his answer is very modest. I think he's basically saying, like, if you're trying to ghost around somebody's position, then the easiest way to fix it, instead of going, like, doing something complicated, is just to make it difficult to fucking do that. So when you log out, make sure you're in a safe and hidden spot, because when you log in, your character is going to be waking up for 10 to 20 seconds. So if you're trying to ghost on somebody, then you might get
Yeah, but
killed.
fine. It might help with ghosting, but I mean, what if the server crashes? What if you're in the middle of a town and the server restarts? And you're just waking up for 20 seconds in the middle of a supermarket. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they should completely remove that. They should just make your character invisible until you're like fully loaded. I mean, there must be a different way to handle the ghosting issue than making your character appear before you can control him. I think
Or
that's
they'll
just,
add,
that's
log
like
out
asking for
checkpoints.
trouble.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like spawn zones or something like that. Something goofy. And like, sorry, I keep bringing WarZ into WarZ. When you log out, it'll log you into like a town, or it's not really a town. It'll log you into a different area so that you don't log back in from different servers to keep looting the same areas. Kind of like that. It'll put you a bit back. You can't keep logging out just to loot different, like the same town over and over again on the same server. Different
Yeah.
servers.
Or then you add you add a script that kind of like detects if there's someone around you when you log in, and if there is, then just play a sound on that guy's client or something to make him realize there's someone around you logging in. I don't know. Give him some
That's
kind
a-
of alert.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of solutions that they can do.
But just making everybody have a waking up animation for 30 seconds before they can move their characters, I don't think that's... I mean, that gets you
Yeah.
killed all the time. It's got me killed so many times when I'm completely honest player, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think there's something that they could do to make that better, but
Can't fix everything.
it sounds to me like it's low priority.
I'm at the end of below the airstrip, by the way.
I think I'm heading there. I got a bit lost, but I'm pretty sure I'm on my way there. What the fuck? Where am I at where there's a general store and an apartment? What the fuck? I'm at some little town. I don't have a map, but there's a general store and an apartment added here. There must be something specific to this. Oh god, am I in Bearzino?
Bum, bum, bum.
I thought for sure I was on the south coast. I think I'm in Bearzino. Dear Lord. Okay, anyways, yeah, that's fail on my part. I'm gonna get to the next question as I go on here. Let me just get inside the general store here, because I got Zomberstration. Alright, so the next question is, do you have any plans on adding any sort of whisper communication similar to direct communication, but for closer range? And paraphrasing once again, he said, our programmer is busy writing the radio system, and he might add a whisper communication also. It's on his list of things to do. So right now they're putting radios, and that's something that they are coding right now and possibly done, and just trying to get rid of any bugs or whatever. But what that is it's a apparently you can drop radios on the ground and like leave them on. So like you can drop a radio inside of an apartment, and then you can listen to it, and you can tell if like a player's in there, if players are talking or whatever.
That's incredible. That's so
Like,
cool.
remember, there's a video where we can hear the guys inside of the fire station, like talking to each other through mics. I think that the whisper thing would probably be better, because that kind of gave away their position. Well, we knew they were in there, but anyway, like, if you didn't know they were in there and you heard them, you're like, oh, they're in there talking because they don't have a TeamSpeak or something.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea to have a whisper, so that you can go to a whisper channel if you think somebody's nearby and you're not on TeamSpeak or something.
Yeah, like a close range. Yeah.
I think that'd be amazing. I'm gonna kill these zombies, then I'll get to the next question.
Looking for an armless server.
Oh, there's so many zombies. There's one in the floor. Okay, I get to the next question. How are bullets and mags going to work, and are we going to be able to combine magazines? Having 5 clips with 1 to 2 bullets each is really annoying in the current mod. And I'm going to paraphrase his response again. We have coded our own inventory system. You can find bullets, but you also need magazines for weapons. You can put bullets in magazines and take them out. And that to me is really fucking cool. So you're going to be able to find bullets. You're just going to find piles of ammunition, but you need to find separate magazines for the weapons, and then you can load the bullets into the magazines, and you can pop them out, do whatever. I think it's really fucking cool.
I feel like it's cool, but it's like difficult almost. I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of like out of your way kind of thing. But I mean, it's cool and all. Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure they make it easy to do and not make it a huge hassle, you know. Like a couple of clicks and it's all done, you know.
Yeah, probably. It's probably
I
going
don't
to
think it's going to be like manually removing 1 bullet at a time.
No, I'm sure it's going to be something like remove bullets or something along those lines.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's much more realistic. 'Cause yeah, I mean, you should be able to do that. You should be able to take bullets out of magazines and put them in different magazines. Like, a lot of guns shoot the same type of bullets, but they have different magazines, so you should be able to just take the bullets out, put them in the other magazine. It's pretty simple. I mean, really, I mean, you might think it's more complicated than that, but I mean, it really is that simple. When you take like 9mm guns, for example, there's hundreds of different types of 9mm, but you need their own magazines for the type of manufacturer. Like a Smith and Wesson mag, for instance, probably won't like fit into a Glock. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but you can take the 9mm bullets out and put them in the other magazine. It's perfectly fine in the real world.
Yeah, I mean, I was probably just overthinking. Like I was thinking a bit differently than you were saying it.
I don't know. We'll see. I think it's a good thing. It's a minor thing, but I think it's definitely really cool.
It also gives you more control over what like magazines you use, because nowadays, well, in the DayZ mod now, you pretty much, if you recharge, you can't. Like you can have like 5 magazines at like 4 bullets each, you know, which is
really annoying.
Bit annoying,
All right, the next question.
Also, make you gain space as well in your bag. For example, if you want to get rid of a magazine, just put the bullets into another one.
Yeah, just have like a bag of bullets. Although bullets can be pretty fucking heavy, but still. Or you could even find like like at a general store. I would like to find like a box of rounds, like how you buy them from stores, you know.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Get like a box of 200 rounds.
I like
that. Next and final question for this part. I'm going to be doing this in separate parts because there are so many questions. The next question is, how do you plan on keeping the game interesting for players once they're geared, besides endgame content like base building, so they don't just grief fresh spawns? This kind of goes back to another question we already did, but I'm going to paraphrase his answer. We will be adding a lot more stuff to do, like base building, defending, skills, etc., so hopefully nobody will have the time or patience to go grief people on the coast. And I think that's something that is good, because it wouldn't be good if he was adding this stuff just to keep players from griefing. Like, that would be the wrong reason, but the reason that they're adding all this stuff is to have more things to do once you have gear, and that, in effect, will keep people from, you know, camping Cherno just for the hell of it, because they'll be busy doing other shit. What do you guys think about that?
I think there will always be people camping Cherno on the shore, and there's nothing you can do about it.
True.
I mean, if they add stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean people are gonna do it. They're never gonna be able to really solve asshole people like that, but
right.
Some people just do what they want to do.
Yeah, some people just like being assholes, and I think that's I wouldn't have it no other way. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that I'm afraid of people, of assholes. Like, they're in the game. It makes the game more exciting because you're like, I don't know. Should I trust this guy?
I guess it differentiates between people, but I think that whatever they're going to do to try to get people to stop camping the fresh spawns, it's never going to work. It's always going to be there.
Yeah, all they're going to do is fuck shit up if they try to prevent griefing. It's gonna ruin the game. They got to be careful. They're walking a fine line implementing new things and making changes, because if they change stuff too much, it's not going to be DayZ anymore, and they're going to lose players.
I don't really like change personally.
Yeah, neither do I. All right, guys, click the annotation at the top and go to part 2, and we'll break down more of these questions.
See you later.
And if you like this video, then you know what to do. It involves like a thumb going up or some shit.
Ladies, I'm single.
That sounds kind of dirty.
It is dirty.